Hey critters. Oh, everybody's getting brave now. You know, another part of the scripture, a more modern part, tells us that sheep go to heaven, but y'all go to hell. I think that's unfair. It should not be that way. I think it's another shitty fucking rule. Anyway, I'm about to go try a couple of things. One thing, then two things, and then failing that, driving down in to the riverbed, trying a third thing before I commit my boots to the mud. It turns out I'm not gonna have to trespass. I say I'm not gonna have to trespass after all. After a night's worth of thought, slogging through that mud, had dropped to the fourth thing to try. 3 in front of it. And in the end, option number 1 turned out to be a winner. As you will recall, this is what I've been calling the Port Road, the southwestern Port Road. Maybe you can barely see right over the tracks there that's where I parked. And then I walked away from the car, forgetting the camera, and found what I was looking for. So now that I've come back and retrieved the camera, I'm gonna show you what I found. This route is still just barely possible. And it's only possible at all because of 2 little incidents of bashed down or fallen apart fence. Derelict fence number 1. Derelict fence number 2. Are you getting excited yet? So, as before, the brush is pretty thick. Not quite thick enough to be impassable, though. get to here, which is actually the toughest part of all. It would be convenient if that bank were a little lower, not quite so steep. But hey, what would be the challenge in that? The spirit of the storm is with us. Down there is the railroad bridge. This is the riverbed. And it doesn't stop. So, at considerable effort, we have succeeded. I don't know exactly how far I am from the roof that covers my bed, but I'm going to say 2 miles, if that. We are well far away from the interstate. We might be just close enough to civilization to hear the distant sound of a train. We didn't have to drive here. The whole trip can be made on foot. Everything around me is completely natural, to the extent that anything can still be natural. I mean, there are no dead couches. I'm turning the camera downriver again, but I'm not turning my head that way because I'm getting sandblasted by the approaching storm. Speaking of which, I didn't have to get muddy, but I probably can't stay long today, because if I do stay long, I'm gonna get drenched. And still I find myself lingering. This is a happy moment. With the grit between my teeth. I'll be back.